Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today we just got the date, PTS patch notes, and everything you could hope to know about Year 5 Season 2 of the Division 2. Just a short while ago, the patch notes for the first phase of the PTS were posted over on the Known Issues board on Trello. I will leave a link for them down below so that you can check them out, but we're going to go through the whole thing today. We got a lot of new details on some exciting new items and exotics they're adding. They're doing a rework to an old gear set, some descent changes, a lot of things, so it's a ton of details, and we're going to get right to it. And as always, if you want consistent and fast updates on the Division 2 in the future like these, then consider clicking that subscribe button, would very much appreciate it. Well, let's go right here. Year 5 Season 2 PTS patch notes. It starts this Friday. The rumors were true, or at least the speculation and projected date that Daria provided us. I made a video on that. It's happening this Friday. In 2 days' time, we will have the PTS. I'll be streaming it that day. Will be very exciting. Well, let's get going. First off, we have changes to Descent. They've buffed the Descent rewards across all loops for level 40 players. The rewards are getting buffed. This is what a lot of people wanted, and it looks like they're doing it. I don't know if there are more than are just listed here, but we'll find out. Here they say they are increasing the chance to receive reconstructed and exotic caches from defeating the Nemesis from 12 to 50%. That's a pretty notable increase, and I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with that. And in Season 2, they're also adding a host of new talents to the Descent loot pool. So let's take a look at this breakdown graph that they give here. In the utility slot, you're going to be able to get Future Perfect, In Sync, Perpetuation, Ignited, Savage, Shock and Awe, and Overclock. In offensive, we got Intimidate, Rifleman, Overwhelm, and Pummel. In exotic, Kinetic Momentum, Empathic Resolve. In defensive, Efficient. A lot of great options there, and I think that should help spice up the talent and general pool there. So hopefully people like that. But in my opinion, here's the really exciting stuff. We got all the new gear, including the return, basically, of FIRECREST from the Division 1, which I think a lot of people are going to be quite happy with. But first off, we have the new brand set called Langmo. It grants you 20% explosive resistance, 10% skill health, and 15% LMG damage. Interesting combination there. Not one that I will probably use, but hopefully some people find use there. Two new named items based off of this brand. The first is the Carpenter chest piece with Perfectly Mad Bomber, increases a lot of those values there. Then you have the new named backpack called the Backbone, which gives you Perfectly Unstoppable Force, gives you those additional benefits. Probably more excited for the backpack out of those two, but we do have a bit of a grenade focus this season, as you will see with some of the exotics, so that should be interesting. But here we get to something quite exciting, and that is the new Ortiz Exuro gear set, which again is basically FIRECREST from the Division 1. If you didn't play the Division 1, FIRECREST basically enhanced every property of your incinerator turret, and that's what this is doing too. The 2-piece bonus gives you 20% burn duration and 15% skill health. The 3-piece gives you 40% burn damage, and the 4-piece gives you the new talent, which is the incinerator turret prototype. It now spins 360 degrees instead of the limited cone that we have in the current form. You are immune from your own incinerator turret's fire. That's really awesome, so that you can kind of use it more freely in gameplay and not have to worry about that. And it will also explode when disabled. So this basically just unlocks the capabilities of the incinerator turret, and if you fully spec into the damage on that, hopefully it will be pretty powerful. As far as the amplification talents on the chest piece, you have Chain Combustion, which is that enemies set ablaze by the incinerator turret will ignite other enemies within 2 meters. So if they're all packed together, you can kind of create a chain reaction going out that could be interesting. And on the backpack, we have Heat Stroke, which is that you get 25% weapon damage increase to enemies that are set on fire by the incinerator turret, and it also gives your turret an additional 25% range. So, like I said, I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about this set, and I'm super interested to try it out on the PTS. We have one new exotic gear item coming, and that is called the Hoarder. It is a new chest piece, and it is all grenade focused. You get 3 grenade capacity increase, 50% grenade radius increase, an additional 35% damage to them, and additional 25% for every enemy caught in the blast of your grenade. And additionally, it will automatically regenerate those grenades every 60 seconds up to 2. So this is an interesting one. It will definitely pair well with things like Sledgehammer on your weapon, but I will be curious to see how many people choose to run this over the likes of, just other exotics. Considering you can only use one, it'll be interesting to see. Let's move on to the exotic weapons. I'm very excited about this one down here, but we'll keep it a surprise. First, we have the Iron Lung, which is a new exotic LMG with the talent Ardent. Shooting heats up the weapon to filling the heat meter. The meter is equivalent to 50% of the weapon's standard magazine size, and when the meter is full, rounds shot by the weapon will ignite enemies. And then when you're not shooting, the meter will constantly deplete. Reloading or swapping will fully deplete the meter. This one is interesting. The ability to just have basically permanent incendiary rounds on your gun, given you can build up that meter and get it. The lack of any real damage hike here does make me curious to see how this plays out. Unless it has really high base damage, I wonder if this is going to get outclassed by some other things, but the utility of it is nice, and I'll be curious to see what people think of it. But here is by far the new exotic I'm the most excited for. And the first thing I should note is that they put a note here saying that this exotic is exclusive to the new incursion and not a part of the seasonal reward track. This is a fantastic addition and note in my mind. The stuff like incursions and raids, in my opinion, need that kind of a reward to give you the chase to want to replay them, and it gives you something to grind for. And in my opinion, I love that feeling of finally getting the rare drop after weeks and weeks or runs and runs of doing it, right? And so I'm super happy that they've decided to go through with that for this new incursion, and that this new SMG, which is a really awesome one in my opinion, will be behind it. And so it is called the Ouroboros, which is a new exotic SMG with the talent Rule Them All. When the agent has a status effect applied to them, 50% of the ammo in their next magazine will apply the same status effect to their targets. And this effect will only occur during combat. This is awesome. I'm so excited for this thing because it has so many capabilities and possibilities, right? First off, it's a direct counter to the St. Elmo's engine. If you get hit by shock and then you get off that and shoot back at them, or reload and then shoot back at them, you're going to shock them too, right? If you get hit by riot foam, you can do the same thing back. Hit them with riot foam bullets and lock them in place. Even in PvE applications like in Countdown, when you get constantly EMP'd, you can have disruptor rounds and shoot that back at the Black Tusk and the Hunters so that they can't use their skills either, right? The possibilities of this talent in this exotic overall are huge. I really can't wait to get it, and I'm so happy that it's going to be behind the incursion because it's a worthwhile reward, and it's absolutely something that's going to make me want to play that thing over and over and over until I get this to drop. And once it does drop, that's just going to be an awesome feeling. Overall, over the moon about this whole thing. Can't wait. Additionally, we have a new weapon talent and some new named weapons. So the new talent is called Stabilize. 1% weapon accuracy and 1% stability is granted on bullet shot up to 60%. And stopping shooting will start a timer of 2 seconds, after which the bonus is reset. So this is kind of like steady-handed in a way, but it acts a bit differently. And so, if you want something that helps increase your stabilization and accuracy on your weapon, this could be a good pick. The two new named items that come with the perfect stabilized talent will be a named Tommy gun called the Grown Great and a new named military G36 with Born Great. And then we get to the tip of the spear rework. We're getting a new gear set rework this time around. There's a ton of text here, so let me just try and push through it, and I'll give some of my thoughts at the end. 2-piece is going to give you 20% signature weapon damage, 3-piece 10% weapon damage, and the 4-piece gives you the talent. The talent is getting a signature weapon kill gives you 15% signature weapon damage for 5 seconds, and 25% reload speed for the next reload of the weapon. The bonuses do not stack. Automatically regenerate ammo every 60 seconds. And then it points out the previously compared to values here, what the talent used to do. Then for the amplification bonuses on the, which is this one, the chest piece, you get specialized destruction, which is 50% weapon damage for 15 seconds after fully depleting the signature weapon of ammo, doubles the amount of ammo generated by aggressive recon. And the backpack gives you signature moves, increases aggressive recon signature weapon damage bonus from 15 to 30. Every third signature weapon kill generates signature weapon ammo. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. The one part that I'm not fully sure about is the new base functionality of the aggressive recon, because it just sounds a little bit less viable because it's only giving you the damage bonus for 5 seconds. But I think these amplification talents are pretty interesting. Specifically this, that you get 50% weapon damage after depleting signature weapon ammo. That's going to be huge for kind of playing into that role of using the signature weapon and then swapping back to your main weapon. That's what the old one used to do, when it increased total weapon damage that applied for both the signature and your normal one. But by now granting such a huge boost of weapon damage, I mean, that's going to be a full build, playstyle, and archetype in and of itself, right? And I'm interested to see how people kind of react to that. And then for the backpack, to be able to grant signature weapon ammo just by getting kills, that's going to work well for, any of them, but specifically like the minigun, just sitting there mowing enemies down, you're going to be able to regenerate that ammo there. I think this one's hard to give a full verdict on until we try it out on the PTS, so I'm absolutely going to do that. But so far, interesting in concept, and I'll be curious to hear what you guys think about the tip of the spear rework. We're not done yet, though, because we have some pretty key new quality of life changes here, notably that exotic caches are now available for purchase at the DZ vendors of any of the 3 Dark Zone locations. This is big. It'll be interesting to see what the price is on it and what the kind of balance is between the time it takes to get those resources and the economy, right? But being able to now buy exotic caches from the DZ vendors gives the DZ a whole new element, a whole new reason to want to play it in the end game on top of its already pretty solid loop with the exotic components that they added to the chests back in TU16. So continuing to add more stuff to it, I'm really happy that the devs are doing it. And I think this is going to be a really awesome new incentive for people to want to use the DZ for farming, which is, ultimately what it's there for. And then on top of that, like we talked about on the known issues board a while back, they have reduced the Stinger Hive's range by 30% in PvP. No mention of the riot foam here, which was another one that they were investigating, so we'll see if that ends up making its way in, but hopefully that has a positive effect there on PvP. After that, we just have some of the known issues here of stuff that's going to be on the PTS, and that is it, everybody. That is the patch notes for Year 5 Season 2 PTS Phase 1, which is again dropping this Friday. A metric ton of details and things to think about there. The new descent changes, all the new gear, including the new SMG, FIRECREST 2.0, the tip of the spear rework, some of these quality of life changes, so much stuff. Let me know your thoughts on it. What are you most looking forward to? What do you think you're going to try out first when the PTS goes live? Again, I will be streaming that the day it happens, which is again Friday, so stay tuned for that. Then we'll have additional videos and coverage after that, looking at all the new stuff. It's going to be great. Super glad that we're at this point. Obviously, it's been a bit of a slow patch for a while, so to get this new injection of stuff into the game is going to feel really refreshing, really good, and I can't wait. And I just realized that this kind of confirms that the incursion will not be present on the PTS, which was a big discussion that we had recently. So there you go. That is everything you need to know about Year 5 Season 2 PTS Phase 1. I'll see you there. That's all I've got, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. RogueGold. Out.